In this video, I'm going to share with you my top 7 mobile app design guidelines anyone can use at any point in their career, building apps, designing apps. Whether you're beginner or advanced, they'll be helpful. Let's dive right into it. Number 1 is less is more. For this, let's look at an example, and we're going to use a lot of examples throughout this to help illustrate the process. Take the Wikipedia website. This is what happens if you go to wikipedia.org and go to the science page. Notice all the different links on the left-hand side here, and in general, just the amount of stuff there is to click on that is not the actual article content itself. Now contrast this with the mobile app for Wikipedia. There is so much less, and that's because there's less real estate available on mobile phones. So when you're building mobile apps, less is more is critical because there's just not that much space. So you have to do less is more, otherwise you just aren't going to be able to build your app at all. So you're going to have to cut out things that don't matter and focus on the next principle, which is your app has one job. It's your job to figure out what that is and what the primary reason why users download your app is, and focus all your development, all your design around that one job and helping users accomplish just that. Let's take a look at this app. AutoChess has all these logos and brands and even an opening video. And this is a game, by the way. And the goal of this game app is to get you to play the game. However, they do many things to help you not do that, including all these pop-ups. So we've got a check-in, we've got some news, new version announcement, and just all these different pop-ups. And not to mention on the landing page, there's all this stuff going on, all these tiny little buttons. There is so much stuff going on that is not contributing to the core goal of getting you to play the game and click that start button. But let's look at another example, which is when they do this properly, making a game. This is actually a competitor to them. This is Teamfight Tactics, produced by Riot Games. And you can see overall things start out just way simpler. The play button is right there. You simply click that one blue prominent button, which is the first thing you see when you log in, and you're already on your way to finding a game. Now, design guideline number 3 is really quite a gem. It's hidden. Not a lot of people realize the benefit in this one, which is to smash that like button. No, I'm just kidding. But no, still do smash the like button if you're enjoying the video. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. But design principle number 3 is really a clear hierarchy. So take a look at this, or rather, you probably don't want to. No matter how hard I convince you to start reading these, you'll probably glaze over a couple of them. But look at this instead. Organize the information into a clear headline and bullet points. So this is what we call a hierarchy, and it's really, really beneficial in terms of, well, text, first of all, for reading text, but also your app design. Make sure there's a clear header showing what this page is all about for each page in your app. Overall, just make sure that there's a clear hierarchy of importance, like what's the topic and what's the content of this page. Design guideline number 4 is that spaces are greater than lines. And let me illustrate this with another example. So take a look at this, Jameson Saunders. Many people feel the need to cage everything in lines and boxes. While boxes may feel like they organize things, you may find a lack of boxes makes things more readable. Hashtag simplicity. So you can see here, even though the lines and boxes technically organize things, and you could even group the boxes around different things that make sense together. However, a lack of lines usually results in more clarity, and instead of using lines, you just use white space. And in fact, by removing the lines, you are creating more white space in between these things. Now, this isn't to say that you can't ever use lines and boxes. I'm just saying that you should limit when you use them, especially hard lines and boxes that makes things look kind of bad, kind of ugly. That's more of like the 1990s website feel. Design principle number 5 is color has purpose. This one is pretty self-explanatory, but pretty much if you try to use color all over the place, the color just loses its meaning. Or on the flip side of things, if you have no color, not really many things stand out. So here we've got a product sale page with some lorem ipsum, and at the bottom, kind of hidden there, is buy now while the product is still at half price. But if we just color the words buy now green, you can see immediate attention is drawn to that. Our eyes are really good at detecting color and jumping to them. our eyes naturally jump to things which are colored differently. Not sure why exactly that is, but I've noticed that happens very consistently. And speaking of consistency, that is actually our next guideline, is to be consistent in the user interface you're providing to your users. So that means if there are duplicate features in your app, they should not look different all the time. If you have these buttons all over the place, you shouldn't change the font and style them all differently. Like different outlines on things, different font. I know this may sound obvious when we're talking about these different types of buttons with the same text in them, but think about your app and think about the different pages, the different lists, the different information displayed in them. Are you providing a consistent experience for the users so they're not having to figure out this new look and feel for these different pages? Try and provide a consistent experience, and overall your users are going to be able to navigate faster. And remember the guideline, your app has one job. Well, you want to help users do that job by providing a consistent experience. Alright, the last guideline I have for you today is show, don't tell. So imagine if I gave this presentation in just a big piece of text. That would be a lot less easy to consume than, I have these nice slides for you. So what I did is I built up these slides and I recorded a video of me talking, and it's hopefully easier to understand. You get to see a person talk. So think about in your app, what would it mean to show instead of tell your users what's going on? So instead of telling them like how much money they've made, if it's an investment app, instead of saying like you've grown 17% or something like that, maybe show them a nice graph. Visuals, colors, all the things we talked about earlier. Show, don't tell, and your users will thank you for it. If you like videos like this one, remember to subscribe below for more videos from me, Jameson Saunders. Thanks for watching. As always, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. I love to hear your guys' thoughts. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.